Here in the small town of Ironton all day and evening, the big news has definitely been the arrest of the sheriff and several others here at this sheriff's office. Jeff Burkett has been the Iron County Sheriff for just over 2 years, but now he, Under Sheriff Chase Bresnahan, and Deputy Matt Kozad are accused of helping a citizen, Donald Rick Gaston, kidnap his daughter, involving Gaston and the mother of his child. Detectives with the Missouri State Highway Patrol say the parental kidnapping scheme occurred last month. The 4 suspects each face multiple charges, including criminal street gang activities, conspiracy to commit felonies, stalking, misusing 911, obtaining criminal history, first-degree attempted kidnapping, and making a false police report. In a statement, the sheriff's attorney says, quote, Iron County is run by a group of good old boys. Sheriff Burkett poses a serious threat to their unchecked authority and will continue to fight their ongoing 2-year attempt to remove him from office. The attorney added, quote, I wonder what they're afraid of finding.
Washington is moving forward in its investigation into Pierce County Sheriff Ed Troyer. The Attorney General's office filed 2 misdemeanor charges against Troyer at the Pierce County District Court, one for false reporting and another for making a false or misleading statement to a public servant. The charges stem from an encounter in January between Troyer and Cedric Altheimer, a black newspaper carrier. Court documents state Troyer said Altheimer threatened to kill him, which he later denied when questioned by Tacoma PD. Troyer released a statement on Facebook today saying Ferguson is trying to defund the police in Pierce County and Tacoma, one meritless prosecution at a time. I'm built for this challenge and will fight it to the end. Meanwhile, Governor Jay Inslee says the incident was simply too serious for the state to ignore.
Alexa Palabicki bailed out of the Sacramento County Jail. That's right behind me, just hours after her arrest this afternoon. It all stems from a months-long investigation into allegations she falsified police reports. Tonight, I speak with Sacramento's Police Chief Daniel Hahn about her arrest and his plans for change.
Takes away from the trust our community has in us, and not just in that one employee, but everybody that wears this uniform.
That's Sacramento's top cop on the arrest of one of his own officers. The 26-year-old Alexa Palabicki, seen here posing in a 2019 Sacramento Police Department photo, faces 2 felony counts for falsifying police reports stemming from separate traffic stops last July while she was on duty. Court documents allege she falsely reported a driver DUI and another for changing lanes without signaling.
Tonight, wedding crasher caught on camera and making off with the presents. Police in Arizona arresting this man, a former sheriff's deputy, for crashing multiple weddings and stealing thousands of dollars in gifts for the bride and groom. Watch as 54-year-old Landon Rankin, in surveillance video released by the Chandler Police Department, walks out of one wedding last month, allegedly dressed as a guest with a wedding card box in hand. We had Rankin facing several charges, including 2 counts of third-degree burglary. Investigators found a couple of checks that had been stolen from one of the wedding venues in Rankin's possession, according to court records. Police confirmed Rankin is a former county deputy at the Pinal County Sheriff's Department. Court records show the former deputy has a criminal history that includes drug possession and criminal trespassing charges he's pled guilty to.
What were you doing in Clayton County that day?
It's a democracy, sir. It's the United States.
No, it's not in my county.
All new tonight at 6, we have obtained the video that prompted a federal jury to convict former Clayton County Sheriff Victor Hill. This comes just days before Hill is set to be sentenced in federal court.
As our Caitlin Ross reports, the video was secretly recorded inside the sheriff's office and used by federal authorities during his trial, and she has the exclusive details tonight.
Hill is about to be sentenced on 6 counts of violating the rights of prisoners inside the Clayton County Jail. The video is 6 minutes long and shows the former sheriff's face as he orders deputies to strap a man down in a restraint chair just minutes after he was arrested. The room gets quiet as former Clayton County Sheriff Victor Hill walks into a holding cell to confront a prisoner.
What were you doing in Clayton County that day?
It's a democracy, sir. It's the United States.
No, it's not. Not in my county.
The video shows the man handcuffed and complying with deputies' orders, calling the sheriff sir as he asks about his rights.
Am I entitled to a fair and speedy trial?
Roll that chair around me. Roll that chair around me. You stay out of Clayton County. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
You sound like a dummy.
Clayton County jail policy allows the use of a restraint chair only when the prisoner is a threat to themselves or others. But former prisoners testified that Victor Hill commanded that they sat in the chair for up to 10 hours. While Hill claims he's not guilty, this video shows him order the inmate to be strapped into the chair.
Sir, I'm asking you a third time.
You ain't gonna ask me, Jack. You gonna sit in this
Am I
chair.
entitled to a free and speedy trial?
You entitled to sit in this chair, and you entitled to get the hell out of my county and don't come back. That's what you entitled to. You sound like a damn jack.
7 former inmates testified against Hill, telling the jury they were scared, in pain, and forced to urinate on themselves because they were not allowed to use the bathroom. The jury ultimately found Hill guilty of violating 6 inmates' rights, including this man who testified at trial.
Now sit there and see if you can get some damn sense in your head.
Community. I love this office, and I love my people. And when 3 of them do something that disappointing, it impacts me to the core.
A tearful Placer County sheriff as he publicly announced the arrest of 3 of their own. Correctional Officer Jeffrey Villanueva, Correctional Sergeant Megan Yaws, and Deputy Robert Madden, now all in custody, with charges ranging from falsifying an incident report to using excessive force on an inmate.
Following some breaking news right now, this one added the keys. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says they've arrested 2 deputies. We're told Connor Curry and Trevor Pike were off duty on Saturday. That's when Key West police claimed they got into a fight with a group of 3 Navy sailors. One of the sailors was airlifted to a hospital after hitting his head on the sidewalk. All 5 have been charged with disorderly conduct.
News out of eastern Kern County, a sheriff's deputy arrested and facing allegations of sexual assault.
Announcing they arrested Deputy Michael Clark on a range of charges. They say their office received information yesterday. The alleged assault taking place August 24th. A 21-year-old woman says Clark offered her a ride home while she was walking home from the Starbucks she works in Rosamond. She accepted, and while in his patrol car, she says he forced himself on her, which included kissing, fondling, and even exposing himself. She says the assault lasted around 20 minutes and she wasn't allowed to leave the car. Over the next several days, she says Clark messaged her on social media and would even come to the Starbucks. Sheriff Donnie Youngblood says the victim then told her coworkers and the company contacted his office. Now again, Clark was arrested this afternoon while on duty. He's currently being interviewed by detectives. He's facing charges of false imprisonment, kidnapping, sexual battery, and assault under the color of authority.
2 Dallas County Sheriff's deputies were arrested in a looting investigation at the tornado-damaged Home Depot in North Dallas.
Deputies Joseph Bobadilla and Rebecca Evans are charged with felony theft of property. Bobadilla was supposed to be protecting the store, working off-duty security.
It's unclear the extent of Evans' involvement in all this, but we are told that Bobadilla worked off-duty security guarding this location here. We're told he would take items during his shift, then return them at other locations for store credits and buy whatever he wanted.
It's just shocking. He's not like that.
One after another, Dallas County Sheriff's deputies hauled out boxes of large appliances from Deputy Joseph Bobadilla's home in Garland. All items investigators say Bobadilla bought by returning merchandise he stole while working off-duty guarding this Home Depot. The store suffered severe damage from the October 20th EF3 tornado and has been closed ever since. The Sheriff's Department later confirmed the arrest of a second deputy, Rebecca Evans, on the same felony theft charge. Bobadilla has been with the Dallas County Sheriff's Office since July 2014 as a detention officer, then was promoted and graduated the Deputy Academy in October 2016.
A former deputy arrested again, and now the Pasco County Sheriff is putting his own staff under scrutiny for how they handled complaints about that deputy.
Yeah, Laura, you might remember this Pasco deputy getting arrested last month. He was charged with committing a lewd act in front of a woman while he was off duty and then battering her. He was fired and arrested. Well, now new unrelated charges against him. A disgraced deputy is back in jail for the second time in a matter of weeks. Pasco Sheriff Chris Nacco says that first arrest last month put the spotlight on Joseph Mercado.
People started coming forward with information to the sheriff's office and to the command staff about things that have happened before.
I'm going to detain you right now, okay? Listen, I'm going to detain you for right now, okay?
Specifically, an incident in Moon Lake back in December. Investigators say while arresting a man for drugs in front of this home, Mercado took the man's backpack with evidence, including syringes, and threw it over the fence. A surveillance camera recorded him doing it. The man who lives here eventually told deputies he was worried because he was on probation and couldn't be caught with drugs.
And this is the sad part. Those people really did feel like they were getting set up.
The sheriff says he's not sure why Mercado tossed the bag.
I wish I knew it at the time. I don't know if it was laziness or what it was, but it's a criminal act.
Investigators say Mercado also destroyed other syringes he found on the man he arrested. And to make matters worse, when the man who lives here reported what happened to the sheriff's office, Nacco says command staff never looked into it.
Command staff members did not do the right thing when they should have. And so now we're taking actions now because of their failures.
Developing news, a Santa Clara County deputy is under arrest. He's accused of fabricating a story about a drive-by ambush that he claimed could have killed him. This is a mugshot of Deputy Sukdeep Gill. He was arrested earlier today after spending months on administrative leave. We shot this footage last February along Uvas Road, where the deputy claimed he'd been shot last January. Now, he told investigators while he was parked outside of Morgan Hill, a driver approached, no headlights, began shooting. What's even more incredible, Gill told investigators one shot actually hit him, but he said his body-worn camera saved his life when it deflected the bullet. Initially, the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office was looking into whether Gill was targeted because he is Sikh. But after several months, they determined the whole story was made up. And detectives found it suspicious that the bullet hit the body cam so perfectly that it not only saved Gill's life, but also destroyed any evidence of the shooting. In a statement today, the DA had this to say, quote, "This case is bewildering and deeply disappointing. Deputy Gill's actions abused the trust of his fellow officers and diverted public safety resources away from protecting the community to investigate a made-up crime."